This morning, a crucial vote that could end the government shutdown. Ahead, the next steps and what it would mean for Wisconsin families on food share.
Plus, heating help, what a new bill would do for your energy bill.
And multiple Madison police officers seen evacuating people from a building on the city's east side, what police are telling us this morning. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning on your Wednesday. I'm Kyrie Unley.
I'm Chris Stanford. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a chilly start, and not quite as chilly as it's been the past few days. But, maybe that's the warmth that Savannah brought back with her from Arizona.
It was like almost 90 every single day I was there. Can you believe
why don't you
that?
tell us more about it?
I know, yeah. It was sunny. It was nice. We had snow here, though, and I was actually supposed to get home late in the day, Sunday or Monday, while we had that snow, but flight couldn't go off, so I had that rescheduled 3 times. But it feels good to be back because it's been, 2 weeks since I've done a weather forecast. So yeah, thanks guys. Definitely a warm welcome. 38, not terrible, definitely warmer than what we had seen the last couple of days. It's actually above average, and that's what we're going to see later this afternoon too, as temperatures climb close to 51. We're gonna have a lot of sunshine, but it will be breezy. That's the one factor out of today. Not gonna be great with winds gusting up to about 30 miles per hour. It is a cool start when you factor in the wind chills across some of the area. 33 with that wind chill factored in, which is actually on average warmer than our actual air temperature where that's supposed to be. But it feels like 28 in Janesville, 25 in Mineral Point. Got a couple of spots that are down to what feels like the mid to upper 20s. We'll talk about when we'll see relief in the winds that won't be driving in wind chills anymore, and when we could see some rain return.
All right, sounds good, Savannah. We begin this hour with some developing news of some police activity near the Garver feed mill.
Madison police say the response was triggered by an alarm. They couldn't provide many details, but they do confirm there's no threat to the public. Our cameraman spotted several squad cars and fire trucks on Fair Oaks Avenue at Garver Point Apartments, just down the street from the Garver feed mill. He also saw forensics personnel taking pictures and people being evacuated.
And a quick update to some traffic that we've been watching this morning. Southbound lanes of US 151 near State Route 23 in Mineral Point. Now back open after a crash overnight. There's been no word if anybody was hurt in the crash. If there's anything to report in a follow-up, we'll be sure to do that on the air and online.
You can get these latest updates on these stories sent straight to your phone with the Channel 3000 News app. Free to download, just search Channel 3000 in your phone's app store. 6:02, all eyes are on the Capitol this morning, with many Americans optimistic that the longest government shutdown in U.S. history will soon end.
This comes as the House is expected to take up the Senate's bill to reopen the government today.
This marks the first House session since the government shutdown began. The revised Senate bill passed earlier this week would fund the government through January 30th, reverse shutdown-related layoffs, and guarantee back pay for federal workers. However, the bill's fate in the House remains uncertain.
Democrats will be strongly opposed.
All the difficulty Americans have endured in these past 6 weeks could have and should have been avoided.
Overnight, the House Rules Committee voted along party lines to advance the bill to the floor. During the debate, Democrats attempted to add amendments. President Trump has signaled he would sign the bill if it reaches his desk.
This comes as the Supreme Court is now allowing the Trump administration to block food stamp payments for more than 40 million Americans. Several groups sued the federal government to force it to pay this month's benefits. The Evers administration has also sent out the month's payments to 700,000 Wisconsinites via food share. If passed, the new Senate bill would resume SNAP benefits immediately. And at the state capitol this morning, a new bill in the state legislature would help people with their utility payments.
This follows a U.S. Census report showing about a quarter of Americans struggled to pay their utility bills last year. The proposal would cap utility bills at no more than 2% of a person's income. Citizen Action of Wisconsin says this is urgent, especially with plans for AI data centers that could drive up rates for residents.
The data center companies, the ones that are public like Microsoft, are claiming they're going to pay for the increased energy generation. They're not paying for all the huge upgrades in the grid that are needed. That's going to be on the ratepayer.
Winter months bring added concern as the Trump administration begins dismantling the low-income home energy assistance program, which heavily funds the state's aid program.
Well, this week and next, you may hear some extra noise at night if you live near the airport. Wisconsin International Guard's doing some training flights this week. Starting today and tomorrow, they'll also train Monday through Friday of next week. You may hear those planes taking off and landing until about 8 p.m.
Turning now to our ongoing coverage of federal agents in Chicago. This morning, 3 U.S. officials tell CBS News that Border Patrol agents will leave the city sometime this week. More than 200 agents were sent to Chicago, including the agency's top official, Gregory Bovino, who has become the face of Operation Midway Blitz. The Trump administration says the operation aimed to fight crime and curb illegal immigration. However, it has sparked fierce controversy and violent clashes between agents and protesters. The agents are expected to relocate to Charlotte, North Carolina before moving to New Orleans.
Meantime, tactics being used by federal agents like pepper spray or chokeholds are coming under more scrutiny. Some of those tactics being used also sparking multiple federal court orders and appeals. However, multiple videos appear to show agents still using those tactics, including an incident where a 1-year-old child was hit by pepper spray. And over the weekend, another video appeared to show agents using flashbangs to remove a crowd. Following a CBS News investigation into these tactics, the Department of Homeland Security said the agents are trained to use the minimum amount of force necessary to resolve dangerous situations to prioritize the safety of the public and themselves.
The House of Representatives' newest member is set to be sworn in today, roughly 7 weeks after she was elected to represent Arizona. Adelita Grijalva won a special election to replace her father's seat back in September. However, her election came during the House's scheduled 1-week break that later got extended. Her delay even led to the Arizona Attorney General filing a lawsuit in an effort to swear her in sooner. She is set to be sworn in around 3 this afternoon, with her first vote in the lower chamber to be on the spending bill. Now to some more local news this morning. Looking for a way to honor service members this holiday season.
Yeah, Governor Evers once again asking you to help fill the tree at the executive residence. Ornaments can be sent in honor of service members of all branches, past and present. The ornaments have to be received by November 20th. They'll be displayed all December, and you can see them during the residence holiday tours. Find more information on how to send those ornaments at channel3000.com.
The Rock County Historical Society's annual holiday tree show returns December 4th with over 100 uniquely decorated trees. The display will be inside the Lincoln Tallman House in Janesville. Young visitors can enjoy special activities, but the star of this show, this year's show, is a 20-foot tree that stretches through the house's elliptical staircase to the second floor. I know that'll be a sight to see. The show runs Thursday through Sunday until December 28th. Visit the Rock County Historical Society's website for more details.
20-foot tree inside. That's got to be something to see. Imagine sweeping up the pine needles from that thing.
Yeah, I can't imagine that. When are you guys going to get out there? I know you always get a fresh tree.
Oh, yeah. I love that. Oh, yeah. Breathe it in. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, it smells so good.
It'll be that season.
Love a live tree. Yeah, it's after Thanksgiving.
Okay,
for sure. It's the sweet spot. You know, you don't want to get it too soon, don't want to get it too late.
Right.
Because you hold on to it too long. It's hard to keep those things fresh for too long.
Yes, all nice and
Christmas brooms for Halloween, and now the Christmas trees for Christmas.
Keeps all the seasonal smells in his nostrils.
Exactly. They are good, though, I'll admit that. Guys, we're not dealing with super cold temperatures this morning. When you factor in the wind chill, that's what makes it feel cold outside, because we do have some peak winds gusting to about 15 to 28 miles per hour. A few spots a little bit higher than that, and it will be breezy, but at least we'll have the sunshine out there all day and temperatures that are going to approach about 50 or so. Some spots reaching about 51 or 52, including us here in Madison. We'll talk about when wind speeds are going to come down for a couple days anyways, and when some rain could return for southern Wisconsin.
Savannah, thank you. Coming up, Brewers legend Pat Murphy is getting a special award after the Brew Crew's record-breaking season. Ahead, how this new award is accidentally aligning with a major event in life.
Also ahead, how a local nonprofit is rebranding and doing more to support local food pantries. That's coming up in the 608. 611, we're back with In the 608 remits. A lot of us here in Madison and the surrounding area no remits and those toasty mittens, but they're back and they got a new name and a new business model.
Our Josh Sprider is live at their workshop in Madison with the reason behind the rebrand. Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you guys. I'm super excited about this story because we've covered it for a few years now, but we've got some changes and a new name. You mentioned remits is now Pantry Partners. We're joined by one of their volunteers, Michelle, this morning. Michelle, good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, I'm wonderful. And you've got all of your volunteers here this morning. They're working hard in the workshop. This is a little different this year because you guys are now Pantry Partners. Let's talk about that.
We are Pantry Partners. We changed our name this year through some changes, mostly because of the lack of wool and some organizations that we had to change. So we're operating a little bit differently, but you can find in many, many places, including St. Vincent de Paul and Ace Hardware and Barriques. And also you can contact us through the website.
So the mission behind this kind of remains the same as you guys are trying to support local food pantries.
Yes, it does. Absolutely. We are a supporter of the river and Way Forward and St. Vincent de Paul.
You know, this is such a great message, and we're lucky enough to have Rhonda Adams of the River Food Pantry joining us this morning. Rhonda, good morning to you.
Morning, morning.
I see you have a wonderful pair right here.
Yes, I've been looking around here because these ladies deserve such recognition for all their hard work, and I decided that this kind of looks okay with me.
It looks good with your outfit.
Right?
You know, let's talk about that partnership because this helps you guys and your mission here in the community.
Absolutely, it does. So, as Michelle mentioned, so money comes to the river, to Way Forward, and to St. Vinny's, and this allows us to be able to do the things that we need for the families that are coming to us. So, the seniors, the veterans, the children that are relying on a food pantry for their food.
And I mean, this is more important now than ever with what's going on right now out there.
Yes, we're breaking records right now, and usually that doesn't happen until the holidays, but it's happening now. There are so many people in need here in Dane County, here in the Madison area. So this fundraiser is really appreciated.
You know, you see these volunteers busy at work here, even at 6 o'clock in the morning. This has to be so special for you to be able to see this. So many community connections that make this happen for you.
Yeah, it is. It's very special. And again, they were remits, and so we are very grateful for all what they have done for us over the years. And now with Pantry Partners, it is just really a great relationship.
And there are so many ways for you to continue to help here, Michelle. So if people are interested, what's the best way for them to do so?
Well, one of the ways is they can always look at our website and contact us. One of the biggest ways, though, is to give us wool. We lost one of our big providers of wool, and so we would like you, if you have any wool sweaters, especially with patterns, to bring them to us. We'll get them. You can contact us through the website.
There's plenty of ways to be able to help. All right. Well, thank you so much, volunteers. Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you as well. If you'd like to help Pantry Partners, you can go to the story up on channel3000.com. I have all the links right there so you can continue to help making a difference here in our community. We were remits, now we're Pantry Partners, still bringing home that mission here, guys. And that is what it's all about in the 608.
Awesome. Love to highlight organizations like this, and especially one. I mean, it's just a cool organization that gives you something nice to wear in the winter, helps out some food pantries. So Pantry Partners now. I'll have to get used to saying that.
Yes, new name, same good mission. All right.
Josh is always looking for inspiration in the 608. Reach out on social media if you have an idea you'd like to see featured.
All right, let's check in now with Savannah, getting you ready to head out the door. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. We're at 38 right now in Madison. Couple spots are closer to the 40-degree mark. That's basically where you see those little areas of green, but all our temperature map right now, aside of Milwaukee, pretty much showing the 30s. Mineral Point's at 32, but because it's been breezy throughout the overnight hours since midnight, those winds are actually peaking up to about 15, closer to 20, even close to 30 miles per hour on La Crosse. That's driving in our wind chill that is factored in pretty much everywhere across southern Wisconsin this morning. 33 is what it feels like outside of Madison, 28 in Janesville, 27 in Monroe, but Mineral Point's at 25. So there are about half of our spots that are reporting those wind chills as low as the mid to upper 20s out there. The Dells feels like 31 this morning, but we will warm pretty nice. We are going to see above average temperatures that approach about 51. So near 50, if not the lower 50s, I think for most of southern southern Wisconsin after that cooler start, at least when you factor in the wind chills. Air temperatures are actually above average this morning. Winds, though, those are going to gust up to about 30 miles per hour later this afternoon. They come down a bit Thursday and Friday. It's still going to be a little bit of a factor as far as wind gusts go, approaching 15 miles per hour, and then they increase again ahead of a couple of cold fronts over the weekend, and that's where we'll pretty much be with winds gusting up to 20 miles per hour over the weekend, if not closer to 25. The first cold front that's going to come Saturday later in the day could see some showers in by the evening. I think maybe holding off until the overnight hours, and overall most of the cold front, at least the weather conditions should be dry or better weather. Rain chances are going to hold off until late next week. The second one, that's really going to drop our temperatures between Saturday and Sunday, and it will be pretty breezy out with this cold front as well. As far as rain chances go, like I said, slight one with that cold front, but then I think our better chances Thursday and Friday next week. This is the latest drought monitor, so Monroe and then areas across just west of Monroe have been placed under the severe drought. We'll get our update tomorrow morning, and it's been pretty dry aside of the snow showers that we did have over the weekend and those lingering into even parts of yesterday morning for some across southern Wisconsin, not helping with our drought overall. 60 Friday, pretty nice on Saturday. Yes, it'll be breezy, but the temperatures are going to be well above average. And then that second cold front that I was talking about, that's what's going to drop our temperatures down to 45 only on Sunday afternoon.
Wisconsin men's basketball is starting to find their groove. The Badger men are off to a 2-0 start, looking for their third dub of the season last night at the Kohl Center, hosting Ball State. And as the weather gets cold, Nolan Winter, he gets hot. The big man was on a mission last night. As they say, it wouldn't be so bad without the wind, and normally you'd be right, but not with Winter. He brought out the windbreaker, lines up the three, and it's good. Make it, get this, 29-8 Badgers early. And later, Nick Boyd turns defense into offense, taking the ball right out of the Cardinals' nest. He gets blocked on the other end, but who else but Winter there to clean it up. Nolan had a game-high 19 points to go with double-digit rebounds as the Badgers win 86-55. That's your morning sports fix. Have a wonderful Wednesday.
Now to a quick programming note. The Milwaukee Bucks will face the Los Angeles Lakers right here on Channel 3 this Saturday. The Greek Freak will take on LeBron James. This is one of 8 games we'll broadcast over the air for free. For the full list of games, you can visit channel3000.com and find this story.
Well, a special shout out to the Brewers skipper, Pat Murphy, National League Manager of the Year once again. It follows the Brewers' best season ever, finishing 97-65 with a record-breaking 14-game win streak. At 66, Murphy brings decades of experience, having coached at Notre Dame, Arizona State, San Diego Padres, and joining the Brewers in 2023. Of 30 votes for the award, Murphy got 27 just weeks before his 66th birthday.
Really sealed the deal there.
There you go.
Yeah, second year in a row. Well, still ahead, the King of Pop's classic hit is reaching new heights.
And in our next half hour, the House set to vote on the Senate's new spending package today. Coming up in our next half hour, why the nation's top transportation official warns it could take a while for the nation's skies to resume to pre-shutdown levels.
And before we head to break, let's take a look at your gas prices this morning. We'll be right back.
We're back, 623. Take a look at this photo of the Northern Lights. We've been getting a lot of them in, though. This is from the UW Medflight helipad, though, with the chopper there in the foreground. Just an amazing picture from some amazing sights from Mother Nature last night.
So vibrant. And is that snow I see on the ground? It's a little bit white.
Yeah, a little dusting, maybe.
Places that haven't seen the sunlight hit. I saw that too around the Madison area when I was driving back yesterday.
Yeah, some of those places that didn't get that sunlight seem to still have a few traces.
Yeah, very cool though.
Yes, nice photo. Well, here's what's trending this morning. So Michael Jackson is back on the music charts here. So Billboard reports his iconic hit, Thriller, I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with, has returned to the top 10 of the Hot 100 this week, more than 4 decades after its release. So I was thinking like this kind of aligned, like I thought it would align more with, you know, Halloween and people listening to it more.
Maybe, yeah.
And stuff like that. But the comeback marks a major milestone, making Jackson the first artist to ever reach the top 10 in 6 different decades, which is insane. The king of pop's legacy continues to prove his music never dies.
Yeah, it's remarkable what he's able to accomplish even after his passing. I can't think of a more prominent celebrity, though, with a more complicated legacy.
Exactly.
Right, it's just,
this dates back all the way back to the Jackson 5, so yes, he's just carrying on through.
You said it scared you, though, the music video when
when I saw this as a kid, like, I was fine until the one scene, like, where he's like, turns into like, I was like, and I was like, I'm like, turn it off.
I just love the moves of that music video.
And then like the head, But obviously the dance move is very iconic.
Yes.
And speaking of iconic, the Wicked Witch of the West hat worn in the 1939 film Wizard of Oz hitting the auction block soon on December 9th. This hat, obviously well known. It sold for nearly $3 million last year, but memorabilia experts think it's much higher now.
Wow.
Even upwards of 20+ million. So
Can't even imagine.
Exactly.
I wouldn't want to lose that.
Right.
Developing this morning, a police presence on Madison's east side. What police are telling us.
Also, today, the House could vote to end the government shutdown. Why the result is still uncertain.
Plus, public schools and districts getting their report card. How your child's school performed.
Something we're going to remember forever.
And service members and their families getting the surprise of a lifetime on their Badger Honor Flight. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning on a Wednesday. I'm Chris Stanford.
I'm Kyrie Unley. Thanks for waking up with us this morning, already halfway through the week.
There we go. It's flying by. And we got the whole gang back together this morning.
Yes. It's been a little while, probably a couple of weeks now, but here we go. We're back. We're better.
Feels good, right?
Yes. Ready to shine on.
Hey, bring some of that Arizona warmth back with you?
Unfortunately not. I mean, our temperatures are a little warmer than what's normal. We're at 38. It's not a bad start, but when you factor in the wind chills, that's what makes it feel cold outside. I think every single day I was there, 90 degrees. We went up to northern Arizona, like the Grand Canyon area and Page. It's a little bit cooler there, but still a lot warmer than here. Dew points at 27. Our wind speeds right now are only at about 6 miles per hour in Madison. Some spots are stronger than that, and that's what's driving in the wind chills to be factored in. Some of our air temperatures are on the cooler side. Mineral points down to freezing level. Janesville at 36, Camp Douglas 38 this morning. Those wind chills, though, because the clear skies that we're waking up to right now are down to the 20s across some spots. We'll talk about the lowest ones and also when winds are going to come down a little bit.
All right, talk to you soon. Developing this morning, we are following some police activity overnight on Madison's east side.
Madison police say the response was triggered by an alarm. They couldn't provide many details, but confirmed there's no threat to the public. Our cameraman spotted several squad cars and fire trucks on Fair Oaks Avenue at Garver Point Apartments, just down the street from the Garver feed mill. He also saw forensics personnel taking pictures and people being evacuated. You can get the latest updates on this story and more sent straight to your phone with the Channel 3000 News app. It's free to download. Just search Channel 3000 in your phone's app store. Now to some national news this morning. All eyes are on the House as lawmakers prepare to vote on the Senate spending package.
However, there's still some uncertainty over whether it'll pass. House minority leaders say Democrats remain strongly opposed to the bill. The bill does not include an extension on Affordable Care Act subsidies, a major sticking point in the 43-day stalemate. If passed, the bill would fund the government through January 30th, reverse shutdown-related layoffs, and provide year-long funding for certain programs like SNAP. President Trump has signaled he'll sign it.
Meanwhile, headaches continue at airports. Air carriers are being forced to reduce their flights by up to 10% by Friday. Once those flights are canceled, they're not easy to restore. But with today's vote on the horizon, there may be a little extra breathing room for passengers. But Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says it may not come so soon.
I'm concerned that we're not going to have on day one controllers come back into the towers right away. We're trying to manage risk in the system to make sure people fly and fly safely.
Don't cancel your travel plans just yet. One aviation consultant thinks air travel can be close to recovering by Thanksgiving if the shutdown ends this week.
6:32 now. Just like your kids, public school districts get report cards. This year, the Department of Public Instructions is using a new scoring system. Schools and districts are evaluated across 4 priority areas: achievement, growth, targeted group outcomes, and attendance and graduation rates. So using that data, schools are getting an overall score and rating, and we've got some pie charts to help break things down for you this morning. 378 public school districts in the state. 355 exceeded expectations, 29 significantly exceeded expectations. Now, looking at the 1,900 or so public schools, 1,600 or so met or exceeded expectations. No school received 0 stars. Let's break things down locally here to see how some of our big area districts did. Middleton Cross Plains coming out on top with 5 stars. Verona area schools getting 4, Madison Metro and Janesville each getting 3. And the school district in Beloit got only 2 stars, meeting few expectations set by DPI. DPI says they'll be focusing now on educator recruitment and retention, innovative education, and mental health resources, as well as modernizing the department.
Right now, 2/3 of rural Wisconsinites have to travel 30 minutes or more to reach emergency care. To improve rural health care, the Department of Health Services is asking the federal government for $1 billion. This funding comes from the Federal Rural Health Transformation Program. The $50 billion program was created to offset Medicare cuts from President Trump's budget bill signed into law over the summer.
Those cuts were large and devastating. At the same time, in the same bill, they added this money in to say, let's improve the structures, let's make things more efficient.
DHS officials say the money will fund recruitment and retention of healthcare workers, boost technology and innovation, and strengthen rural care partnerships. The department won't know if they receive funding until the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid announce award decisions at year's end.
Meanwhile, Governor Evers says federal aid to rural schools is delayed. The first round of impact aid were supposed to arrive in October. The funds from the Department of Education would help rural districts cover things like payroll, transportation costs, programs, and new positions. The state's supposed to get $23 million in aid this year. Much of the money is set to support schools operated by federally recognized tribal nations. On to this morning, the Mega Millions jackpot keeps getting up there. Nobody won last night, so now the jackpot is $965 million. The estimated cash payout, $445 million. The next drawing is Friday. In case you're wondering, the odds of winning are about 290 million. 1 in 290 million.
All right, very rare. Well, back to some local news. The Goodman Community Center is getting ready to help families in need for Thanksgiving. This year's basket drive starts this Saturday, and they could use your help. The center aims to fill 4,000 baskets with food and donations. News 3 Now is proud to partner again this year. You can start donating online right now at goodmancenter.org/donate.
UW men's basketball looking for their 3rd win of the season last night. Ball State in town. Nolan Winter had a standout performance. 19 points, 10 rebounds for the 7-footer, including that 3 right there. Badgers win big, 86-55. Next up, Southern Illinois Edwardsville on Monday, and then their first real test of the season as they go on the road against 7th-ranked BYU next Friday. And a reminder, the Bucks are set to take on the Lakers and LeBron James Saturday night, and you can watch it right here on WISC-TV. It's one of their 8 games that are broadcasting over the air for free. You can find a full list of all those games we're carrying at the story at channel3000.com. When veteran Marlon Hensler Jr. and his son Marlon Hensler III got on the Badger honor flight to D.C., they expected the stories, monuments, and the thank yous.
But they didn't anticipate how the flight would end.
Hello, everybody. What?
What? You see the what? Yes, everyone immediately greeted by former President Barack Obama. That was 87 Wisconsin veterans and their loved ones who got that greeting at Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport over the weekend. Each veteran received a presidential challenge coin, and it's a memory the father and son say they'll cherish forever.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience for me and my dad, and it's something we're going to remember forever.
You give a little bit for your country, you'll be surprised that country gives a little bit to you.
The Badger Honor Flight serve all veterans who served between 1941 and 1975. So if you have a loved one interested in a flight, find applications at badgerhonorflight.org.
Oh, yeah. And those flights can't happen without some of the donations, the funds that they have to raise to put those flights on for our veterans. What a moment, though.
Well,
I mean, it is very generous of the former president to show up and greet those veterans and say thanks.
Yes, yes, they deserve all the praise. So it's wonderful that they do these flights so often too. Not many places get to do them as often as we do here, so that's a beautiful thing.
It's important we remember our veterans. All right, let's check in with Savannah Brito now. She's got your first one forecast. Some wind chills out there, huh?
Yeah, we do have wind chills factored in, and some of those, believe it or not, are actually down in the mid to even upper 20s. 26 is what it feels like outside of Monroe. 25 though in Mineral Point. 33 not as low in Madison. Even that's warmer than our average nighttime or air temperature this time of year. We are going to see sunny skies later this afternoon and temperatures that approach about 50. So overall pretty nice day, but it is going to still be breezy out there. We'll talk about the relief and also when some precipitation could move back in.
Savannah, thank you. Coming up, how a local nonprofit is rebranding and doing more to support local food pantries in the 608.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
In the 608 this morning, Remits is back with a new name and business model.
Our Josh Prider is live at their workshop in Madison with the reason behind the rebrand. Good morning.
Hey guys, good morning to you. I'm rocking my own pair of mittens this morning. Christmas colors. You guys know I love the holidays, so what better fit than this? You know, we've covered remits before. You can see all of the volunteers back here in their workshop. Really busy, but now they have a brand new name, and Michelle, one of the volunteers, is here to talk a little bit more about that. You guys are now Pantry Partners. Good morning to you, Michelle.
Partners, hello, good morning.
You know, what was the reason behind the name change?
We had some trouble getting supplies of wool, and we had to reorganize a little bit, and now we are Pantry Partners.
And obviously you need wool to be able to make these mittens. So if there are people out there that maybe have some of that laying around the house, you guys will take that.
Absolutely. You can go to our website and see where you might be able to contact us. And that is pantrypartnersdane.com. And we can, arrange for you to drop them off, come and see us and see the workshop, or we can arrange to come and get them as well.
So you guys have a new name, but your mission remains the same, and you guys are supporting local food pantries. Let's talk about that.
Absolutely. We do support local food pantries. Every time you buy a pair of mittens, you get a gift of having a new pair of mittens that are beautiful, and then you're also giving every dime of that $35 goes to a food pantry.
Yeah, you're making a huge impact, and we're lucky enough to have a representative from one of those food pantries here, Rhonda Adams of the River. Rhonda, it is so good to see you.
Good to see you. And I found a different pair that I was digging around here looking, and just really so impressed by what goes on here. As Michelle said, supporting food pantries, so 3 food pantries, so the River, Way Forward, and also St. Vinny's. Just really, it's great. The $35 can be used, again, in so many ways for food pantries, whether it's items for children, whether it's produce. There's a whole variety of things that we can do with the $35, and it's so needed right now.
Now more than ever, you guys are seeing record numbers ahead of the holidays. So any sort of help that folks can do is going to make a huge impact.
And as Michelle said, again, it's giving twice. So whether you're giving a gift to yourself or buying these as gifts for the holidays, again, then it gives back to the River or to Way Forward or to St. Vinny's. It's a big deal for us.
The $35 can go a long way with what you guys can do too.
Absolutely, it can, because we're buying wholesale. So we're able to stretch the dollar farther than most people can, again, with our kind of purchasing power and the volume of things that we're purchasing. So yes, so people need to buy these mittens and find where they're at, different places throughout the city and throughout the county.
Yeah, they have those mitten trees all over right now. So now's the time. So if people are interested in wanting to help, and who doesn't want a pair of mittens, what's the best way for them to do so, Michelle?
Absolutely. We are set up at Barrique's and Ace Hardware's and St. Vincent Paul.
Awesome. And we have all of that up on channel3000.com as well. And donate that wool.
Absolutely. Donate wool sweaters.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. And thank you to our volunteers. Everyone can wave to the camera. There we go. They're up early for us. Normally, they're not here at this time of the day, guys, so we appreciate it. If you'd like to learn more, again, you can go to the story up on channel3000.com and continue to help those local food pantries here in the 608.
All right. There we go. Pantry Partners. Formerly Remits. All right. Excellent cause. Cool mittens, though. They are so toasty.
Yes,
Thanks,
they look
Josh.
Extra warm. Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out on social media or email him for a chance to be featured.
I don't know about you guys. My social media just flooded this morning with pictures of the northern lights.
Yeah. Yes.
Shining bright in the sky overnight. So many viewer photos have come into channel3000.com. I'm sure the weather office is getting inundated with those as well.
So many waiting to be approved, and my mom sent me some last night. I was like, wow, can see them in Illinois, and you said that Florida.
Kansas, there's a headline that said people in Florida could see some of the lights.
There's
so cool.
Several states.
So let's take a look at some of the photos that viewers sent us. Just some gorgeous. I mean, they're so vivid. I don't remember the last time that they were this bright in southern Wisconsin. It's just gorgeous.
And I had the nerve not to even look outside.
I think it peaked around like 8 or 8:30, and usually it's like 2 in the morning. So that's why I think maybe we got influx
Everybody's
of pictures
still up.
because people was still awake.
Very cool. There's some clear skies too to see it.
Yeah. That one looks cool. It almost looks like
Ooh,
alien,
yeah.
Like a little
spaceship
in the sky. We're still getting a lot into our email as well. So keep sending in your photos. You might get a little feature on the air today.
Yeah, thanks for sharing those with us.
Yes.
We're waking up to clear skies still for the most part. Little cool outside, not as bad as what we had the last couple of mornings across south central Wisconsin. Some of us are even still close to 40, including Cross Plains, Sauk City, Waunakee, and Middleton. We're at 38, not terrible in Madison. It's what you factor in the wind chill because it's kind of breezy outside. That's what makes it feel cool outside. Mineral Point's down to freezing level, but the rest of us are warmer than that. When you factor in those wind chills, Mineral Point is down to 25, Platteville at 29, Janesville 28, little better here in Madison 33, and that actually on average is warmer than our overnight average nighttime temp. So our wind chill better than that this morning. That'll pave way for later, lots of sunshine and temperatures that rise close to about 51. So we'll be above average, and that trend even continues into the next couple of days and the first half of this upcoming weekend. But it's still going to be breezy. Winds are going to gust up to about 30 miles per hour or so this afternoon out of the northwest. So early this morning, some of those spots are already seeing about 15 to 20 miles per hour, but everyone's pretty much going to see 25 to even 35 miles per hour by the lunchtime hour and a little bit later than that. They come down a bit still out of the north, slowly changing out of the west overnight. How about after that, though? Finally going to see by Thursday and Friday afternoon, those winds come down to about 15 miles per hour. Still a little bit of a factor, but not as breezy as what we're going to see later today. Over the weekend, they come back up to about 20 to 25 miles per hour, and that's where we're going to be sitting into early next week, too. The focal point this weekend is going to be 2 cold fronts. The first one could see a few minimal showers later in the day, Saturday and Sunday, but the second one is really going to drop our temperatures for the second half of the weekend. So we're still going to see breezy conditions both days, but Saturday our temperatures still in the lower, maybe even a couple spots that reach the mid 60s. But then that second cold front is going to drop us all the way down to 45 degrees only for the high on Sunday. That's where we'll be, lower to mid 40s most of next week. I think our better rain chance right now does look like it'll hold off until late in the week, specifically Thursday and Friday next week.
All right. Savannah, thank you. Now to some consumer news this morning. If you shop at Woodman's, the grocer is changing how you pay. From now on, all cash transactions will be routed to the nearest nickel. That means your total could go up or down depending on the final digit. This change doesn't affect card or digital payments. Beginning December 9th, self-checkout lanes will no longer accept cash. If you pay with cash, you'll need to use staffed checkout lanes.
McDonald's popular McRib sandwich is coming back. There's a catch, though, this time. It's available at select locations. The McRib Locator website. Are you kidding me?
It just looks so good, doesn't it?
Oh, it just
yeah.
That's
sitting real well with my stomach this morning.
So there's a McRib Locator website that shows where they're going to be sold. Unclear just how long it's going to be on the menu. Either an additional McDonald's holiday pie is going to return nationwide starting on November 14th in 2 days.
All right, a couple more days for that.
People go crazy for that McRib.
The McRib, I know it comes and it goes, but yeah, I will not be going to get that. But if you are interested, I guess you'll just have to see if it's coming to one of our nearby locations.
Use that McRib Locator website.
The fact that they have a McRib Locator website is off, The more you know, the more you know. Well, coming up in the morning spread, the Brewers manager receives a big honor. We'll tell you what the crew is celebrating.
If you have a little kiddo turning 3 soon, you know what to do. Send us a picture. We'll show it on TV. .654, time for the morning sprint.
We are following an active police presence on Madison's east side. Madison police say the response was triggered by an alarm. They couldn't provide many details but confirmed there's no threat to the public. Our cameraman spotted several squad cars and ambulance on Fair Oaks Avenue at Garver Point Apartments, just down from the Garver feed mill. He also saw forensics personnel taking pictures and people being evacuated.
The House back in session today in Washington for the first time in nearly 2 months, moving the government one step closer to reopening. Members of the Republican-led House returning to Washington this week after the Senate passed a funding bill late Monday. The House expected to vote on the spending measure as soon as this afternoon.
SNAP benefits remain in flex for millions of Americans after the Supreme Court extended a temporary pause on a lower court's order that required the Trump administration to fully fund the food assistance benefits this month. This means the administration will continue to withhold $4 billion in payments. 1 in 8 Americans rely on SNAP benefits.
Brewers manager Pat Murphy once again winning NL Manager of the Year. Murphy got 27 first place votes. Other managers that got votes: Terry Francona and Philadelphia's Rob Thompson. Milwaukee had the Major League best record this year at 97-65.
UW men's basketball picking up their 3rd win of the season last night. Ball State at the Kohl Center. Nolan Winter had a standout performance, 19 points, 10 rebounds for the 7-foot junior. Badgers win 86-55. Next up, Southern Illinois Edwardsville on Monday, then on the road against 7th-ranked BYU next Friday.
Well, temperatures are in the 30s right now across most of the area. When you factor in the wind chills, though, a couple of chillier spots down to the 20s. Sunshine, 51, but breezy later this afternoon. Glad I missed out on the snow, but it feels good to be back.
Yeah, snow, not pleasant, especially, midway through November. Definitely glad that we're not seeing any of that on our
even some 60s
stuff this week. Yes.
Yeah.
Now that's what I'm looking forward to.
Me too.
Just come back to us, please, please, please. Savannah, thank you.
All right, thanks for watching. CBS Morning's coming up next.
Have a great day.